Hello everybody, this is the last episode of the Coopers, or for the time being, so this is it. So enjoy. Sue was at home looking after John after he fell off his motorcycle at her room in the hospital and told John that Ron is thinking about his offer as we speak and the best thing to remain positive in this situation. John found it hard to think that way because it doesn't look good. You see, some man who rides a motorcycle and then crashes it and then ends up being a patient in the same hospital he wants to work in the future. John also thought that maybe this wasn't a very good idea and said to Sue that she can't keep on looking after him because this marriage will be as weird as an arranged marriage as you see in India or some other place. Sue told John that she loves him and also added that it isn't really like an arranged marriage because she loves him to bits and it wasn't planned by their father. David went to the mental health drop-in centre to give the consumers their flu shots and he met this man who told David that he was in World War II, and David was puzzled and tried to sit him down and make him tell us why he says this, because you see, he is only 25, and that means he was born in 1987, and that is not in the days of World War II. The client asked David if he is a Christian, and when he said that he wasn't allowed to discuss it, he said, "I am a Buddhist, and I believe that you come back. And in my previous life, I was in World War II, and I was killed by an armed robber 3 years after the war." David asked him, "Who were you since then? Because that ended 40 years before you were born." And he said that he is still working that out. Ron was sitting in the pub thinking about whether or not to let John into their family business because his references and his love for his daughter should be enough to let him in with flying colours. The barman went up to Ron and asked him, "What is wrong?" And Ron told him that there is a motorcycle accident victim in his hospital who loves his daughter and wants to marry him and become our new doctor. And I don't know what to make of it. The barman said to Ron that isn't this what you wanted to happen when you opened up the business opportunity originally? Ron told him that it is what he wanted, but he seems like this could be a scam. The barman said, "How about instead of doing the yobbo thing and drink beer, you should go back to your office and close the door and look him up on the net and see for yourself if he could be trusted," because the barman said he knew that whether he trusts him or not shouldn't be decided over a beer. Well, it can, but if you want the business to succeed, you check if what he says is legit. And Ron went home and did exactly that. Sally has been looking after a pregnant woman who has been suffering from amnesia from the bump of the head on the head from a car accident and was worried about her baby's health. And Sally said the baby is fine, but she needs to check her head to see what is exactly wrong. And she found out that there was a tumor in her brain, and they caught it in time. And if they take it out, I won't harm your unborn baby. And then she asked if there was anyone that she wants her to contact, and she said her husband must know, but at the moment he is at a conference in Thailand, and it is now 1 a.m., so he will be still asleep. And it is not good if he finds out his message, finds it out on his message bank. And Sally said she will wait 8 hours before calling. After checking the records on the net, Ron was impressed by the internet was saying about John, and the records show that John is exactly the kind of person that Ron has been looking for in a doctor, and went straight to John's room to give him the good news. As well as his daughter, Sue was delighted and said as soon as John got better, the whole family will go to the pub and celebrate the marriage and the new doctor for the Cooper's Family Hospital and Clinic. And then David came in and Sue told him the good news, and David was keen to welcome John into the family business. And he had to say that he doesn't want him to stuff things up because Ron has put a lot of work into this business, and would you like it to run smoothly? And as soon as John was released from the hospital as a patient to Cooper's, the Coopers went to the pub and celebrated John's job as the new doctor, and everybody welcomed him in with open arms and a few champagne corks flying. On his first day, he had an 11-year-old Tommy as his first patient, and he is autistic, and John was very good with him, making sure that he doesn't feel pain. And his mother asked Ron where did you get this new doctor, because he seems to understand Tommy very well. And Ron said, most doctors just do this for money, but the Coopers and the Prendths do it for love. A few bucks on the side, and everybody was happy for now. What could happen in the future, I do not know. But I can tell you one thing, the Coopers are great.